Before we deep dive into the data, I have a question for you. How many XLOOKUPs or VLOOKUPs do you think we would need to combine these five different data sets into a single report? So think about it. So now we'll start with the master data. So wherein we got employee ID, name, department, job title, location, etc. And then we got attendance data, leave records, training records, and then comp data. So people who work in the corporate, they know it really well that we get the data like this all the time, and we should really be efficient in solving such problems. So we will start with three questions first and then deep dive accordingly. Question number one, which department took the most leave? Question number two, which manager's team completed the most training hours? Question number three, which department has the highest salary cost? So most of the Excel users, so what they think, okay, so we will apply VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP, and what they would do basically pulling the department into attendance, manager into training, salary into another table. So I'll show you the example. So for the question number one, so which department took the most leave? So which means we'll go to the leave records, but over here, so we do not have the department. So which means people would do that, okay, so they would write the department, or let's say I'll apply VLOOKUP this employee ID, and we'll go to the master data and we need the department. So this is column number three, and then we'll say three, and then we'll drag it. Okay, so this is how we'll pull it. And for question number two, which managers team completed the most training hours? So which means we'll go to the training data, and over here, so we will need to pull manager data, and again, we look up. So we'll do employee ID and go to the master data and manager, so which is 4, and then we can again drag the formula. So this is the usual way. So what if our master data, have region, let's say gender, or I can say state as well, and it will keep on expanding. So which means you will keep applying VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP as your data changes. So that's not the ideal solution. So that's why instead of bringing the data into one table, so we should connect the table. So how would we connect the table? So first let's delete this, and let me delete this as well from here. Okay, so we got manager, and yeah. So step number one. So first we need to convert all the data sets into Excel table, and to create it into table, so there is a shortcut, so which is Control T. So this box will open up and it will select all the range by default. And let's say if this is unchecked, so make sure this is checked, otherwise it will not consider your headers. So click OK. So now it's being converted into table. So do the same for all the tabs. So I have converted all the data sets into tables. So now we need to give each table a name so that we can recognize that, okay, so this is master data, this is coming from attendance. So we'll copy this one, and in the table design, table one, so we can give employee master, and again, so we'll copy this one, attendance, leave records. Okay, so once we have done with it, so next step is go to the Power Pivot. So let's say if you do not have the Power Pivot, go to the Developer tab, click on COM add-ins, and then check this one. And let's say if you do not have Developer tab, because by default Developer tab is not there in Excel, go to the File, Options, and Customize Ribbon. So over here it must be unchecked for you. So just check it, click OK, and it will be there. So now we have this Power Pivot. In the Power Pivot, so we have manage, measures, add to data model. So now we need to add all these tables into the data model. So I'm showing you for the first one. So you can follow the same steps for the other ones. Add to data model. So now you can see like this new box is opened up, and we have this employee master. So now you can see that we got all the data sets. So click on diagram view, and you will see these tables. So keep these tables over here at the bottom and employee master here. So you would notice something that the common thing between all the tables is employee ID, employee ID, employee ID. So which means this is the connection to the master data. So we need to connect all the table to this employee ID. So click on this one and drag it over employee ID. So as soon as you do it, so it has created one-to-many relationship, and then you will see this icon as well. So just right click over here and then you can click edit relationship, and then you can select the tables. If you need to change anything from here, we'll cancel it. And let's say if you need to delete it, so come here, right click, and you can make it inactive or you can delete it. So I'll just make the relationship with other tables as well. And we'll save it and we'll close it. So that's it. We haven't copied any data, we haven't written any formulas. So we have simply told Excel that, okay, so these are the tables and this is how they are related. And now let's see what we can do with this model. So we will come here onto the new sheet and go to the insert and click over here and from data model and on the existing worksheet. So I'll click here. So maybe I need the data over here. So as soon as I click OK, so you can see all the data sets over here. So now question number one. So I'll pull department from employee master into rows and then days from leave records into values. So by default, it will do the sum. So you can see that clearly. So it gave us total leave days by department. And the interesting thing is that department is coming from employee master dataset and days is coming from leave records, and these fields are into different tables, but Excel is still combining them and then it is showing us the data. So we will build another report. So let's say I'll keep the department in the rows and I'll remove it from here, and so I'll take maybe training hours. Again, training hours come from entirely different table, but because the relationship already exists, so Excel knows exactly how to connect everything. So now let's answer some of the questions. So I'll copy this and paste it here, remove departments, training hours. So for example, which managers team completed the most trainings? So we'll take manager from employee master and training records, which means training hours from here. So we got training hours, so we can sort it highest to lowest and largest to smallest. So again, manager exists in employee master while training hours exist only in training records. Different table, same reports, and there are no formulas. So we'll maybe create something more interesting again. So I'll copy this one over here and let me remove it from here and this one as well. So I'll take the department from employee master and then I'll add, let's say, from leave records, maybe leave days, and then from training records, training hours, and then we had salary comp data as well. So I'll say amount as well. Okay, so we got this and let me format it. Okay, and I'll say department. So now we are looking at a report that combines information from three completely different tables. So leave data is coming from leave records, training data is coming from training records, and salary data is coming from comp data. So Excel is bringing everything together automatically because of the relationship we created. So this is where Power Pivot becomes really powerful. So we didn't copy the data, we didn't create the helper columns, so we didn't apply VLOOKUPs or XLOOKUPs. So we simply build the relationships. So once the relationship is there, so reporting becomes easy, faster, cleaner, and it's easy to maintain. So don't get me wrong, but XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP is still one of the best functions in Excel, and I use it all the time. But when you are working with multiple related data sets, so you should think the smarter way. So I think for this situation, so this is the smart solution. And now let's go back to the question I asked at the beginning. How many XLOOKUPs or VLOOKUP did we need to combine these dates into one report? And the answer is zero. So I'll show you one more interesting thing. Go to the Power Pivot and click on Manage Measures, click on New, and over here you will see different tables name, basically the data set name. You can write the formula. So for example, you can apply calculate sum x. You can do all the calculation, referring one table into another, and then you now can imagine that how powerful Power Pivot is. So once we start using it, then I'm sure you are going to thank me enough. And if you found this video useful, subscribe it, and thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.